Welcome the day you looked. Yeah. See, I put a link in. Somebody put a post on this morning of how they don't connect anymore. So that's what's inspired this anyway. So when we come together, it's all sweetness and light, isn't it? But let's just go from now. To see if this is your story. Like, you don't connect like you used to, right? It's like he's settled and you haven't. And for the feminines, it's mostly about emotional fulfillment, that feeling close, that intimate bond that we have, and we don't want to let that go. Or anyone else to have that with this person, especially sex. So what happened? Well, somewhere along the line, right? You felt like, no, this is not what I want. This life it's a lie. We're like strangers. You can't connect with them. You can only connect them with them in your previous way of being. Do you know what I mean? If you lower your vibes, if you slip back into that, and also when it's all about them, because watch what happens when you try to express yourself, right? They shut down. They're not interested. They avoid it as much as possible, the talk of feelings. That's what it's all about. So, and any of your newfound beliefs that you're now passionate about, you know what I mean? To them, you're talking rubbish. That they don't value what you value, and somewhere along the line, as you are growing and you are doing these things, they think it's a game you're playing, and so they continue on their comfortable, settled for existence. You know what I mean? Because what they don't understand is your heart is breaking, your whole world is imploding along with them, and you don't feel like you're a team anymore. There's a gap or a huge chasm between you, and you keep fighting for you both, and they don't understand that. They can't see it. They think it's a personal attack on them. They can't see, but they feel it. And that's why they avoid it and block it and seemingly ignore all you're saying or doing, or not saying or doing, right? Because for so long, what we do, we allow, or we maybe ignore it in ourselves. We ignore it ourselves, right? Until we got clarity. Do you know what I mean? We are just the same as them till we got it. And what happened is you took a look at your life and you knew it was not what you think it is. And this is where you started your journey the day you looked. Right? Now, in our lives, we've done this many times, yeah? And sometimes we took action, sometimes we didn't. Maybe we went forward with some things and put us on a different timeline with things or people. But a lot of times we just went back to sleep again when we felt comfortable again. But this time, right? This time when you looked, you saw more than you bargained for, more than you have ever seen in your life before, more than you ever realised was inside you, and there's no going back, and eventually this person will see it too. I mean, you find emotional fulfillment inside you and not in another. This is what happens. You find respect for yourself. You like yourself. You know what I mean? And you don't back down, but you don't argue as much. It's like it becomes futile to you. And if they do trigger you, you recover very, very quickly now. And they see this. They don't understand it though. Even if you've said, I should have dealt with this years ago, you didn't, because you didn't see like they're not seeing, just like you never understood. So it doesn't matter if you stay or go, right? It doesn't matter. What matters is if you're prepared to lose this person. What matters is what goes on inside you. I mean, you haven't wanted to so far, but eventually you lose that fear. The more you keep doing on your path, you lose that fear. And it's almost like you've already grieved about this loss of a person. And it's really sad that you've gone through all of that heartbreak, loss. You've done it with it, within yourself. And so as soon as you have no fear of the loss, things change. I mean, how can you lose something you've already lost? You both were lost. You found your way, they're still lost. And understand that while you no longer play mind games or react in ways to hurt them back, that everything that you are doing is not personal to them, right? When you are like that, they will still do these things for a while, but I'm telling you, eventually they run out of things to trigger you, and they are forced to look at themselves, and this will happen, and they will rise up to meet you eventually, if they love you. And this does start to happen. The only question left is when.